Is Andrew Tate teaching men how to exploit and abuse women? Leaked chats from his global network War Room show the tips and tricks its members shared for coercing, grooming, and forcing women into work. Tate, who is already charged with allegations of and human trafficking in Romania, has reportedly denied this. In the latest case, 45 new victims have allegedly been ID'd in new leaked chats, amounting to over 12,000 leaked War Room messages so far. What's scary is that the number could actually be far higher, considering these messages are from between March 2019 and April 2020. If you're wondering, what even is the War Room? The War Room carries an $8,000 price tag and is advertised by Tate as a global network in which exemplars of individualism work to free the modern man from socially induced incarceration, and offers to teach men physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial development. Well, that seemed to be a healthy revenue stream for Tate because at the time of those messages, 434 people were paying for that access, which is wild, because without considering all the other stuff, that's nearly $5 million. Reportedly, one of the biggest names in the channel was one of his generals, Miles Sonkin. They messaged new members a reading list and a manifesto outlining the group's agenda, and part of that included their PhD program, aka their degree. And in one message, he made it very clear about how to go about isolating women from their support groups. You know, normal, non-crazy predatory behavior. Despite his numerous controversies and legal troubles, some conservative personalities have come to Tate's defense. Tucker Carlson has interviewed Tate on multiple occasions, most recently in July, in which he urged viewers to make up their own minds about Tate and his charges. Carlson posted the July interview on X, which received more than 100 million views and 430,000 likes. Tate defended himself against his charges, calling the evidence against him weak.
Because they had very, very weak evidence.
And declared he is a victim of the Matrix.
This is the thing that's so interesting. When you finally end up the enemy of the Matrix,
an unclear force he feels governs society, which he repeatedly blames for any consequences he faces. Ex-owner Elon Musk called the interview interesting in a reply. Tate's other defenders have included Donald Trump Jr., who called his detention in Romania absolute insanity, Joe Rogan, and Alex Jones. One woman the BBC spoke to said she was forced to give up $95,000, which was 80% of her earnings, to two War Room members. Also, other leading War Room members would post images of women with serious signs of abuse, such as cuts and bruises. And if any of that sounds familiar, well, it's because that exact playbook is pretty much what Romanian authorities are claiming Tate did in their scheme to traffic women. None of these messages that we're talking about today are Tate directly saying anything. But instead of the Tates noting that and distancing themselves from this new report, they're calling with Tate telling the BBC its findings were, quote, another brazen attempt to present one-sided, unverified allegations. A spokesperson added, the BBC's findings not only present false accusations, but insult the massive community that considers Andrew Tate a life-changing positive force. Their statement also added that Mr. Tate is a, quote, prepared to take all necessary legal actions to defend his innocence and hold accountable those responsible for defamatory claims. But as far as how everything's going to play out from here, we're going to have to wait and see.